Well, hello everyone. We are super excited because tonight I wanted to introduce you to Yin. She is on our team and is a rock star. And you'll see just from hearing from her, her energy is infectious. She inspires a whole group of leaders on our team. And so I just love to like introduce her to y'all. And so y'all can hear from her just a little bit about her. She's 23 years old. She's been out of college for 2 years. She worked at a corporate job for 1 year, but I'm just curious, Yin. So you have now since retired from that at 23. So you now have time freedom. And I'm just wondering, what does that look like for a 23-year-old? I mean, that must be amazing to know that you have your whole life ahead of you and you have choices.
Yeah, I mean, I have always been the person who like could not understand why someone had one job. Like when I was little, I always thought like I want to do this and then I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do this. So there were so many different things that I thought like I would be good at and I would want to do. So from the get-go, I've always been like, okay, there's so many things I want to try, and I've never or the job that I didn't feel a real affinity towards. So even Arbonne or not, I didn't think I was going to be there for a long time because I already had it in my mind that like there's so many things to try in life, and especially at this age, like why would you not? Like I don't have kids, I don't have anyone that I'm tied to, so like I really was like, world is my oyster, I can do what I want. So now that I have actually the full 20, or I guess 12 hours in a day, the 8 that I'm not sleeping, to do what I want, it really is awesome to have that amount of choice. Usually, or when I was working full time, it really was just like, what do I want to do on the weekends? And now it's like, okay, well, what do I want to do every single day? And I really can still have that ability to choose what job that I want, or if there's something else I want to branch out and do, I can do that. And I've never been against a 9 to 5. When I was working, I loved going to an office. I loved the team I was with. And it was really, really awesome. It just so happened that at the time, Arbonne kind of helped me prepare for impact. So at the time that I was becoming a little bit less than positive, I was able to walk away, but I've never been against a 9 to 5. And I've always told my friends that like, if something else pops up where I have to go to an office and it's a 9 to 5, I'm not going to be against it. Like if it's something I would truly want to do, I'll jump in, no problem. So that's, not to say that like, I think Arbonne is absolutely incredible and I'm so blessed to have this opportunity, but like we always say, it's the vehicle to do, the thing that you want to do. It's not just, doesn't have to be the thing. It's not Arbonne or nothing. It's like Arbonne and then everything else can happen. So,
Yeah, that's amazing.
so yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's so awesome. Okay, so then another question is, for people who are intrigued enough to be watching this video, but haven't even given it a thought, like Arbonne as a business, like what would you say to them?
I would say just know 2 things. One, information is free. So just make sure you're getting the proper and correct information and you're talking directly to someone who is an Arbonne and has an actual Arbonne business and can tell you there's 2 different things. Some people are a part of Arbonne and then some people have an Arbonne business. I've been on both sides of them. So depending on who you were talking to at the time, I might have said something different, but make sure you're getting information from someone who has an Arbonne business. And then also, 1, information is free, and 2, know what you're saying no to. So once you get that information and are properly equipped, by all means say no. Just know exactly what you are saying no to. And quite frankly, that might look like just saying no, that you're saying no to your future self. I mean, Arbonne literally can give you everything that you would want in life, to be quite honest. Like finances, it doesn't have to be $1 million, but even if it's just $500 would take some weight off of you, Arbonne can do that. If you want to get to the healthier version for you and your family, Arbonne can do that. We have the best products in the world for that. If you just want that time leverage and you want to let go of a part-time job and have a little extra time freedom, Arbonne can do that. So if you are saying no to this opportunity, just know you're not just saying no to Arbonne. You could be saying no to a lot of other things that you want to happen in life. So just be open to Arbonne being the vehicle for you to get there. I don't think it's a mistake when people ask or when I ask other people to join Arbonne, it's because I truly see something in them. I see them as a part of my life. I mean, we get to choose who we work with, so you should be complimented by that anyway. If someone asks you to take a look at Arbonne, but yeah, we just, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But all in all, is to say,
No, I
just
think
make
that's an awesome point. And I mean, in hearing the whole story, just like you said, I think that that's super important. And, you know, I know that like a lot of times it's not like we, you know, are in like kindergarten and they ask us what we want to be when we grow up and we're not like, oh, the Arbonne lady.
Right.
But it's just what this can provide for you to do the thing. Like we always say, Arbonne's not the thing. It's the thing that allows you to do the thing you really want to do, you know, and that can be just like how you want to make your impact on this earth. And so this allows you to do that because you're given, you know, the time and you're given the financial freedom to do those things. So, I mean, I think that that's awesome. And I think to be 23 and have that like laid out before you, I mean, it's going to be like, how am I going to go change the world today? You know?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, even as a 23-year-old, I'm still confused as to what I even want to do. You know, but I think it's awesome to have the time to think it through, you know, and to have that and not have to, or can still, you know, make money, make an income. And I'm not, you know, none of that is in vain. I'm literally directly affecting people's lives every single day. And I think that's the best way to make an income, is when you can truly positively impact people and see how your one, you know, your one interaction with them, like asking them to do the business or asking them if they want to get healthy with you and do the 30-day, how that one ask can lead to you know, a world change for them. And the fact that that's how I make my money, and that's how I can, you know, other people can make their money in this business, like that is the best of the best. And I still don't know, like, you know, there's not just one thing I want to do, but I still don't even know the other, you know, couple of things that I'm going to do with life. But it's so awesome to have the time to just think about that. I mean, as 23-year-olds, we kind of take that for granted, or not let people have the time to just sit and think post grad about what they want to do. They just immediately think they have to jump into a job, and some people really do, of course. So the fact that Arbonne has literally just given me that time to be with myself is incredible.
No, that's amazing. Okay, so what does a day in the life of Yin look like? So now that you do have this time freedom, you don't have to be in an office at a certain time. I mean, and again, everyone who's out there, don't get us wrong. We work. I mean, we work hard. Like we work. We just have fun when we work. but you know, you're able to like fit it in the nooks and crannies of your day and like figure out what it is that you want to do that's, you know, most important for you that day, and then weave your Arbonne business into that. So what does that look like for you?
Yeah. Well, first, I'm more of a homebody than people would think. I'm like a very outgoing person, but I love being at home. And that's another thing, when you are paying for your own apartment, it is nice to just enjoy it on a daily basis. Like when I was hardly home, I was like, oh my God, what am I paying for this awesome apartment for when I barely get to live in it? So just being home and enjoying my space, like that's really what I love. I can grab lunch with friends. I can just choose to go work at a coffee shop. I can grocery shop in the middle of the day when no one is there and it's not crazy hours, which is like how I know that I'm truly adulting, is when I'm like at peace in the grocery store and no one is bothering me and there's like 100 people in line.
Labels.
Yeah. I cook. I mean, it literally is, I try my best to wake up early, go to a yoga class. I dive a lot into personal development. So I'll read in the beginning of my day, definitely touch base with people on my team, and make sure that I can help, you know, I'm providing support to help them get to wherever they want in their own businesses and help as many people as they can. I talk to my clients. So if they're doing a 30-day program with me, I just touch base depending on what day they're on. I mean, every day is really different. And to your point, like having time freedom doesn't mean I just lounge on like my beanbag all day. Like, you know, it just means that where and when I work is up to me. And I definitely make my Arbonne business a priority. So like every day I do something to move my business forward. But when I do that and where I do that is entirely up to me. So that's the most awesome thing about time freedom.
That is awesome. And one thing too that, I tell people all the time that I feel like after, I had my own business before Arbonne, and now I have an Arbonne business and I've had it for 15 years. And I honestly feel like because of the experience that I've gotten through doing this business, that I could go run any company. I could be thrown in any situation. I could do any of those things and come out on top because of my experience that I've had, doing this business. And I can only imagine having that like in my early 20s, like versus now, like just, I mean, like that's such amazing, and you talked about like personal development. I mean, just learning these leadership skills. I mean, you've had opportunities to speak in front of people. You've just like, you're just sharpening your skills too for whatever the other thing in life is that you want to do.
Totally. Yeah. And I think that's one of like the kind of like the hidden tokens about Arbonne is that it really shows you who you are in like the hardest situations sometimes, and sometimes the most uncomfortable situations. But that's where, in every single one of those, that's where I've been able to better myself and therefore be better for my team, be better for people who are watching from the sidelines, and just continue to show up for myself every single day. I mean, ever since I was little, my teachers would always be like, she's a talker but she's a leader, and like she can do this. And like, I've always pointed out leadership qualities, but I've never in my eyes, have not had a chance to really dive into those leadership qualities and strengthen them and spend time with them. And again, because I own an Arbonne business and because I have that time freedom, I can do that now. And it's actually given me so many more tools to help me along that leadership journey, by itself. So that in itself has been an incredible opportunity just to get to learn myself a little bit better.
That is amazing. Well, thank you so much for hopping on and spending this time with us. Have a fabulous rest of the night, and we'll catch up with everyone else soon.
Yes, bye.